It's okay, I got you, bud.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy, yeah, we got work to do. Okay, 1 second. I'm seeing how they're moving cold here. There we go, yeah. All right.
That was good.
We'll get it. That right side is so swollen. It basically stuck its tongue at me when I tried to move it. It said, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I got your head. Tilt it right a little bit. There we go, here we go. Rex, this side right here. Focus right there. There you go, there you go.
Oh, God, you got it. Thank you. I jarred my lower back on a jet ski about a month ago.
Okay.
I should have let go, but I didn't.
Just onto the wave?
Well, it was a turn.
And a turn?
And it kind of just jarred my lower back. So that's slowly coming back.
And it doesn't go down the leg, just stays in the lower back there, kind of the base of the...
Somewhere,
right in the lower back.
somewhere
Yeah,
down there, yeah.
The sitting. So while you're sitting, this is where all the force typically goes, and then you get jostled. This is where all the stress happens.
It was a turn, and I just kind of just...
And tell me about the neck again, one more time.
So it's the front and the back.
And nothing goes down the arm, but just stays kind of this quadrant.
Yeah,
and then
it's just in my upper neck.
How much in here?
Yeah, right there is pretty tight.
Right. So the joints in your lower neck will refer pain to this border of the scapula. Essentially, the lower neck joints are overstressed. Your head's forward look straight forward.
Okay.
Head's about 2-3 inches forward. I know you said you've been to a chiropractor. Have they talked to you about your head being forward?
No.
Okay. So just adjustments in and of themselves, chiropractors taught for about 100 years that adjustments change posture, and it's not true. I wish it were true. I wish I could say that I could put you on the table and crack your bones. And your ear hole, your external auditory meatus, needs to be over the center of your shoulder from the side.
Okay.
The head weighs about 10 pounds, and every inch the head goes forward, the muscles have to work harder and harder back here. Does that make sense? It's like holding a bowling ball farther out in front of you.
How heavy is your brain?
Well, it's about 10 pounds. The whole head, well, depends on how much is in there, but no amount of massage, lasers, gua sha adjustments will ever fix that. All of that is more, I think, of like prep to make your spine malleable so that we can change your posture through stretching, because it was stretching that got us here.
Sure.
It was sitting for a prolonged period of time when we were growing and then work and driving and life, that when we spend a long amount of time here and we come back upright, our body doesn't reset back to home, we stay forward. And that's where that constant stress is on your lower neck, and essentially even the pain, that whole quadrant, is ultimately a postural problem. If this part of our back is stiff when you play golf, this is doing triple or quadruple. Does that make sense? So we got to have an even spread of the work, and there's supposed to be a curve in your lumbar called a lordosis. This is why we have lumbar support. Your pillow is supposed to have cervical support. What the heck are we supporting? It's supposed to be arched. It's not supposed to be ortho. Ortho means straight. Your neck isn't supposed to be straight. The military neck is incorrect. It's not supposed to be, well, Ed, it's over my shoulders. Aren't you happy? Well, no, it's straight. So it's not just that your ear's over your shoulders, but it's also that there's a curve in your neck. And that's the two things that allow the weight to be evenly distributed. The two structures that have feeling are the joint, so where the two vertebrae connect, that joint capsule there is loaded with pain fibers, and then this, obviously, the nerve coming through this little hole. Now I want you to see what happens when I bend forward. See how that hole gets bigger? So that relieves what we call stenosis. So many times, if you have pressure on these nerves, your body will just push your head forward to now not have pressure. So Ed, I don't have anything going down my arms. Ow, now I do. See my point? So sometimes many chiropractors and therapists don't want to change posture because they're like, well, we might run into a nerve. We might run into the very thing that your body was running away from to put your head forward. So how are we going to do this, Ed? We got to get the parts of your spine that are stiff moving so that when we bring your head back, we don't just involve the parts that are overstressed, that we have a more even spreading of the force. And bend both the knees for me. All right, cross this arm under. Take a deep breath in for me, a little sit up. A little sit up for me. Head back for me. Exhale. Oh, deep breath in. I got you. Head back. Head straight. Exhale. Head down. Deep breath in. Here we go. One more.
Hold on a sec.
Breathe.
That was a lot.
Deep breath in. Exhale. All right. I'm treating you like a black belt. So
okay, thank you. It's there.
Okay. Does he do that more face down, like
Yeah, it's with his body. Yeah,
he does like that.
No, I think he sometimes puts his arm underneath and does both kind of shoulders. But yeah, no, that was.
But you felt like that before? Okay,
Yes.
on your side, face of me.
It's just that was a lot.
You're strong, Ed. Okay. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Not a white belt. All right, breathe. Left side for me, good. Exhale. Breathe. You see how I'm being careful to not move certain areas?
Yeah.
We want to loosen this without upsetting your lower back. All right.
The upper was incredible. Jeez.
I'm going to get better than that, but
He's like, there's nothing
I
left.
think I did. What's left?
no, there's more. There's more. It was.
But wait,
It's okay. We'll get it.
there's more.
It has to be, to get more now, we have to do deep tissue. To unlock it a little bit and to coerce it. It's okay.
I'm ready for a massage.
All right, we'll get it. We'll get it. Big lump. I mean, maybe this has been pointed out to you. Do you feel like your head is straight on your torso right now, and there's a big.
Yeah, it's knotted up there.
But you see how there's very little on this left side?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big bone sticking out on the right. This is one of those clear examples of like when you were a kid and you ride your bicycle and you crashed your bicycle and your tire, you understand, and your handlebars weren't lined up, meaning you had to make your handlebars crooked to make your tire straight.
Sure.
Right? So right now your head is straight on your torso, but the bones in your neck are not level. Now watch. If I tilt you left,
Yeah.
now the bones are level, but now your head's tilted.
Correct.
So we want to have those two things happening at the same time.
There is tension.
Mm-hmm. We got to get this moving right here. Okay, we get it. Mm-hmm. It's okay. I got you, bud.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, yeah, we got work to do. Okay, one second. I'm seeing how they're moving cold here. There we go. Yeah. All right.
That was good.
We'll get it. That right side is so swollen that we got to get.
Yeah, there wasn't much on the other way.
We got to get this side compressed a little bit. Right there. Wow. That is not a small knot. That is a significant misalignment right here. And because this is knotted up at the top, your lower neck is overstressed, and that's what's then causing all that tension in your pec and shoulder blade. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's.
It basically stuck its tongue at me when I tried to move it. It said, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm frozen in here, and so it's somewhat of a speciality of mine. Get this moving now.
Oh, jeez. Maybe I need a massage.
You need a massage for my massage, right?
It's just knotted, or whatever it is. I don't know what it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's guarding a little bit. So part of it is injury and then guarding. So your body's protecting, a sprained joint, a pulled muscle. Your body's trying to protect it and wall it off. All right, take a break. There we go.
That's the normal side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
I know it's pretty obvious. It's
That feels good.
correct. I know. This is the same pressure too. It's the left side. See, the left side's willing to move. See, if the area does what I ask it to do, it doesn't hurt. So your neck belongs way back here. And everything I do now is to make your neck like clay, soft, or like metal, soft, so that we can put it into the right mold. Your problem at its core is a postural problem. It's an alignment problem. That's why I asked if you had pictures taken of your spine. That could then, help you see it a little bit better with an image. But I don't need it to treat you, but it would just back me up.
Sure. We can do that.
Like I said, we'll talk about it later.
The day's young.
Well, all right, but there's supposed to be a curve in your neck, and we call that the lordosis. If the arch was in your neck, the pain that you're describing isn't possible. The vertebrae would be moving properly if the arch was in your neck. Yeah. Oh, take a break. There we go. It's changing.
Oh yeah.
There we go. I'll show you home. This is it's as odd as it feels. That's what that piece of foam that I showed you earlier is going to emulate.
Oh. Yeah.
I know. We got to hold your spine here, and the more compliant your neck is to being in the right position, you're not going to need me in your life.
Okay.
So the care transfers. You shouldn't need. I'm serious. You shouldn't need 3 times a week chiropractic care the rest of your life. The goal is to be in here as often as it needs to be to make your spine limber so that you can do that at home. And that's long-term chiropractic. I asked you, does anybody talk about your head being forward? No, Ed.
No.
That's a tragedy.
That's usually...
I don't want to underplay that, but I didn't really make that a big deal earlier, but that's huge. You know, that's pretty huge that you have a large misalignment. It's like going to your tire mechanic with your tires all crooked.
Sure.
Has anybody mentioned that your tires aren't on straight? No, they keep on saying just change the tires. Because the tires are wearing unevenly. Like, well, we don't get the alignment fixed. Shouldn't we get the alignment rack, balance the tires, and get the car going straight, and then we worry about the tires? Anyway, but yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it feels a little better.
We're getting there.
So you're saying it's a neck issue. I thought it was a rib issue.
Well, the more forward the head goes, the more the ribs rise up.
Okay.
So yes, there is a rib issue, but just pushing on ribs is just goofing around.
Sure.
The plank in your eye is the head's forward 3 inches.
Okay.
There's your problem.
Okay.
To me, there's no more chit chat until the head ears over the shoulders. To make it even more, blow your mind, the lower back is really an extension of your neck. The more forward your head goes, the more torque your lower back takes, like a lever. So your ability to sprain your lower back is heightened based on the position of your head and shoulders, so they're not independent. All right, we're getting there. By your chin. Tilt me right a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Rex, this side right here. Focus right there. There you go. There you go.
Oh, God, you got it. Thank you.
Notice the sound was a lot louder. Did you notice that?
It was.
The sound, when I just left side of your neck, the sound wasn't as much because the distance wasn't as far.
Wow.
That was what we call out.
You don't give up. It's good. You're not a quitter.
I am the most greedy chiropractor you're ever going to meet. I'm going to get that bone moving. It's like a bolt. It didn't move. Okay, I'm going to get some PB Blaster, and we're going to blow torch that bolt. Wow. And we're going to keep torquing that bolt until it turns, because that's what the bolt's designed to do. The bolt is designed to move. 1,000 years, oldest technique in China.
Oh,
you okay?
That's great, yeah.
Right. Just trying to increase blood flow here a little bit. Michael Phelps had all those cupping marks all over his chest, and everybody freaked out, and I loved how the announcers couldn't speak intelligently about the circular marks. What does he have on his chest? Wow. I'm like, okay, the most decorated athlete of all time. I wonder if what he's doing might be beneficial. This is right there. There's a mark already coming out. Okay. Right there. These are the roots of your neck. So the roots are being pulled up because the head's forward. You can sit here and rub this trigger point all day long. It's just goofing around to me. You have to get the head back. I have to loosen this area up in order to even bring your head back. So if the chest is so stiff, so why are you working on it? Because I have to make his spine limber so we can reshape it. And that's the first handful of visits is what I call demolition. We're going through your spine. When you look at me and go, Ed, is that all you got? Then you don't need to be in my office anymore, right? And then we just teach you how to stretch and see in a few weeks. Perfect. And that's how this is supposed to go. Not, I'll see you Friday and I'll see you Monday and I'll see you 3 times a week the rest of your life. It's not supposed to be. That's not healthcare. I'm gonna check that pec too on the side. The more the pec is contracted, the more the shoulder gets pulled forward. So that's part of your tension is that your shoulder really, and this makes, if you're a golfer, it'll make rotator cuff tears easier when the shoulder's not in the right alignment when you're playing golf. Here's the worry. Part of the reason why the shoulder goes forward is it allows nerves to be unpinched in your lower neck. Well, Ed, I don't have a pinched nerve. Correct, because your shoulder's forward. Exactly. So that's why I asked about imaging also. What monsters am I going to find in here that you've been running away from that you don't know exist until I make you look at it? You hurt my spine. No, I turned you around and showed you and shined a spotlight on all the monsters that were hidden in here. Many therapists and chiropractors and doctors, to me, their care is allowing people to avoid. It's teaching people avoidance instead of confrontation. Let's deal with the problem. There's a lot of acidity right there. Right there, right, yep. it'll directly correlate with where you feel it. And I know that's, yeah, there's something there. You know, you can feel the internal blockage. Yeah, right there. I know I shouldn't have. Yes, yeah. All that's got to be worked out here.
That was a good guess.
I have like a magnet in my hand. I know, I keep going back to the same knotted part. But yeah, that's where it's a big knot right there. All right. How often do you play golf? How many times a week, typically?
A few times.
Okay.
I mean, I laid off obviously the last week. It's not as pleasant.
I know, I'm sorry. This is not going to need to be done that often. I'm really just cleaning this up. Once we teach you to stretch your shoulders back, this will clean itself. You shouldn't need continual care in this area. Right there's some mark. AC joint, acromioclavicular joint right here is all purple. All right, let's see here. Yeah, right here. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's tight.
Okay. Yeah. Actually,
It's weird.
and it was the right lower part of your back that sprained. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So when I feel your back right here, the left side. Yeah. Well,
I can feel it. Yeah.
this is all popped up on the left.
Correct.
So you're in left avoidance,
Yeah.
right abuse. So that's why you abuse this. Do you get it?
Got it.
Because this was popped up here, it made the right lower back do 60-70% of the work, and that's why it's sprained there, along with your rotation and but the alignment of your spine is such.
My injury.
Right. Okay. This is your problem right here. Right there. All that's not supposed to be speed bumpy.
Wow.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really threw my left back a month ago.
Okay.
I think that's where it started.
Yep. Yeah, right. I mean, not good. You feel, is that smooth?
Yeah, no, that's
See how smooth it is over here?
I totally can feel that.
Okay. One side's all speed
Yeah,
bumpy,
I know.
and one side's all smooth. That's interesting. That don't make sense.
Like a broken car.
Correct. Yeah.
It's like a collision center.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's Ed's Body Shop.
It says body.
It's Body Shop. That's exactly right. These are just roots here. I know. Push these roots down.
Wow.
Okay.
That's tender. Wow.
Do you have access to a salt pool by any chance? Any pool access or salt pool?
Sarasota Bay for the Gulf?
Well, the Gulf of Mexico would be fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying today would be a wonderful if you have the ability to just either in the Gulf of Mexico or in a salt pool.
Sure.
Drink extra water, and it will draw out the soreness and inflammation in your neck and back that I'm stirring up.
Okay.
That'd be the best treatment. Inflammation is, to me, the most analogous to road repair crews. Are we annoyed when 3 lanes go down to 1 lane and we have to wait in traffic? Yes. Do we want to drive on pothole roads? No. So we all understand that at times we have to shut down lanes to fix the roads. Inflammation is a tool that your body uses to repair yourself. It isn't this, we have anti-inflammatories. Okay, well then you're never going to heal. Right? Well, I'm chronically inflamed. Well, yes, if you chronically get punched in the face, your face will be chronically swollen. How about we stop the very thing that's causing the inflammation and swelling in the first place, which is the trauma coupled with posture, are the things that are causing the repetitive injuries to certain areas of our body. I'm greedy. I want to go way deeper in this. First visit, I know.
Wow.
But yeah, if my mouth's moving, it means I'm not pushing that hard. When you hear me, I usually say if you want a quiet visit, it costs double. It's discounted if you let me talk. But yeah, it's got to be pretty deep. You got to get in there and take all of that out of there. It will all come back if we don't stretch. So just doing this,
Sure.
if we just do the massage and gua sha, you'll feel great for a couple days. There's another device called a lumbar dental. So the one I showed you was the one for the neck, and they make another one that goes right here on your back.
Okay.
We're going to perhaps start with a roller, just a 6-inch diameter foam roller. I'm going to see how you do on that first. But over time, we're going to transition to a more specific orthotic. Doing okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If I'm going too hard, let me know.
No, it's good. It's
Okay,
good.
here we go.
I guess I can.
Okay,
Higher tolerance of pain on my back than my neck.
Okay, well,
I think the neck is.
it's just where the most problems are. The more problematic an area is, the more tender it feels, and
Yeah.
you only can handle so much pressure.
Wow. Oh my God. I feel deformed over there.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you feel it in your forearm, these are monsters in here. That's part of why your shoulder's forward, to avoid pinching this, and we have to slowly bring your body back into this area.
Jeepers. Wow.
I don't teach, the IRS is calling, just unplug the phone. Now there's going to be fees and fines, and it's just going to grow. We have to address the problem. Come on, I know.
Deep. It's deep.
All right.
Oh, man,
Take a break. What's cool is that all those guys I'm talking about from Gator, you understand, I push on their backs as hard as I can now. Do you understand?
Wow. Yeah.
I can't hurt them. They're just telling me about their day. I've taken this spine to that place where you're just telling me about your day, and we're having a good time, and nothing hurts.
That's cool.
And do you realize how difficult it would be for you to not hurt yourself when your spine is working that well, right? If your back is so supple and moving as a team, you can't isolate any one area to overstress, right? So if these areas are stiff and locked, then the ability to sprain this is high. And as we unlock this and get you back in the right alignment, your ability to hurt yourself becomes negligible. It's like, okay. Right there, come on, almost there. 5 seconds. 5. All right. So gua means to comb or to scrape, and sha means like redness, or some translations put it as ghost. When the Chinese first saw the marks, they thought it was like a spirit. It's not a spirit, it's just acidity, but they thought it was like a sha is like a dark energy. It's a large contributor to what we actually feel as pain, yet it can't be measured on a blood test or seen on an MRI. And so because it can't be objectively measured, it doesn't exist to a lot of doctors, in my opinion. They want everything to be quantifiable. And it can be seen, when I work on you and you look in the mirror when you get home and you go, and then you can perceive it. You go, Ed, it really hurts right where you're doing that. And as we go through care, Ed, it no longer is tender, and I feel a lot better. But it's not like I can just take a blood test and measure this. It's not in your bloodstream. It's in the muscles. It's in the interstitial. And so it's not as objectively measurable. They put so much weight on the x-ray. You understand? They put so much weight on the MRI. Yet, why do I have people with terrible looking x-rays and MRIs that have no pain? It's not that simple to just think that you can see everything on a picture. It's a piece of the puzzle. There's not no information, but to say that that's everything and just, let's go get an MRI and see if there's something there. Okay, the MRI looks good, you're fine. It's like that careful. I've had people where I wash on and it's just pouring out of them. I'm glad you've had some care. This definitely would be way worse if you hadn't had adjustments. I'm a very greedy chiropractor. I'm gonna. You've had your cars washed. I'm now clay barring it and polishing it.
I've had it detailed.
Right. Well, not like. Not with a toothbrush.
No. Yeah.
I'm going into the grout lines here.
Yeah.
You've missed some grout here. Like right there. There's. Oh, what's that right here? Right there, let's get it, let's get it. Come on, here, breathe. Here we go. Right there. I feel it. Good. I feel it. I can feel the, like right there. Wow. This is why I massage people laying down, because if you massage people in a seated position, sometimes some of the contraction can be because they have bad posture.
Sure.
Right? So somebody might feel your back and go, oh, there's trigger points in your back. It's like, well, that's because they're fighting gravity still. When I lay you down, I take gravity out of the equation, and now everything that's tight is because there's an injury, right? Because you're guarding. I've taken posture out of the equation. And that's why I know there's injuries in here, because it's still tight, even though I'm not asking you to lift anything. I'm asking you to relax your arm, and it's still in a guarded state. So it's like the question is, what are you guarding? What happened in here that is so dire that we protect it? And then because muscles can give stability, somebody ran with that and said, well, it's their job. It's like, careful.
Yeah, it's tender.
Right there.
It's tender.
Okay. This is tight. This is old injury on the left here.
I'm trying to relax as
It's
much
okay.
as I can.
You're fine. You're fine. It's old injury and guarding. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I know.
Oh.
I know. Okay. That's the acidity, that's the soreness that you've had inside the tissue. There's some marks on your back here too, but I can tell you've been worked on. There would be way more if you hadn't been adjusted. It's good that you've had some care. No! Those are mine! On your back. Sorry. Okay, lift some toes. Okay. Okay, lift his toes. A little bit, okay, got it. Ooh, yeah. Come on, let me have it. Okay, tilt your right. Here we go, tilt right. Here we go.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
It worked.
Okay, the top on it. I'm not gonna go too crazy.
Okay.
I got you.
I don't want my ears turning into
Nope,
cauliflower
nobody,
ears.
nobody.
I don't want cauliflower.
Tilt right.
Okay. The bottom works. Top not so much.
All right. All right, I got you. Tilt left, tilt left, tilt left. There we go, okay. Go ahead, tilt a little bit, tilt left. Okay, oh, that's good.
Okay.
All right, good for it,
I'm
good for
leaving
it.
red ears of the red back.
That's right. Yeah. There we go. All right. Yeah, you just. I want to be careful.
Just want me to hang out here.
There we go. Head back. There you go. I don't want your lower neck bending too much. That's my worry. Your lower neck relative to your upper neck and upper back is the loosest. So when you bend back, your lower neck is the most willing to bend the most. So there's a danger of what we call hyperextension in your lower neck because of how stiff your back is in your upper back. So go ahead and roll 1 inch toward me. Yep. There we go. Good. All right. I would just keep this is about a 2-inch block behind your head.
Okay.
Until your back gives and lets it sink in. I just worry about over bending too
Sure.
much in your lower neck. Head back, there you go. And then sometimes you'll take your hand and press it into your forehead to get your head to sink into the mold. And then you put your hand back on your belly, leg straight for this one. If you get the idea, right?
Mhm.
And then this one, it's the same thing. It's got to be 20 minutes. Now, the idea with your neck is that you actually need to rotate to the right a little bit. So the TV would be to the right of you, so that you lay in a way on the floor,
Okay.
so that the TV would correct. Because you could do a
Get
little,
in there.
you could do a little bit like that
Okay.
for about a 1-month prescription. Now, if in doubt, just keep your head straight. But what I'm saying is because there's that big bump on the right side of your neck,
Sure.
we want to actually work on a little bit back into the right and see if you can hold it there. See if you can just, or not so much, it doesn't have to be so
Yeah,
drastic,
yeah.
but just like that. We're trying to relax into it and stretch. So I would just, what do I say, encourage it by just having whatever you're looking at to be to the right side. That reminds you to have the head to the right. And understand that we are going to have the potential to run into things, and that's where I want to be careful. It's like orthodontistry, right? The quicker I move the position of your teeth, the more sore you are, right? So when we're changing the position of the bones in your back, the tension's going to change, but also whatever's in there that we've been running away from is going to be seen.